Yale School of Public Health and former chief medical officer for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and Sarah Jones of Politicus USA and the Daily Politicus. Also this week on the show, Congresswoman Robin Kelly and Nikki Budzinski, along with former Congressman Joe Cunningham and historian Kevin Schultz. That's Choose Views, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So we know things are weird and kind of not great. Right now, people are driving around in a circle in D.C. You know, I always... First.
Let's talk about it.
Well, first of all, let's just talk about, like, how I'm still mad at Ding Dong for, like, totally blowing the 250th. Of this country. Like, they did it horribly, they did it poorly, they did it wrong, they excluded people. It was just
Some
awful.
would say it was the birthday America deserved.
This is true.
That is all I'm going to say.
It is true. But you know,
you get what you vote for.
This is true. I didn't vote for it.
I didn't vote for it either.
I didn't vote for it. I wanted something fun and something that included everybody and all this stuff. And I know people are like, they're mad about the because there's that Grand Prix, that little race car event that's happening today in the DC, the giant thing, and people are kind of like, this is just whatever. I'm like, although when we had it here in Chicago, it was kind of cool, and it's kind of great to kind of like see your city like being
it is
on that.
It
like
is.
It's kind of cool.
It's horrible for traffic though.
Oh, it's awful for traffic.
Like, I hope it's never back here again.
I know.
Ever again in
Well,
life.
Right now it's in D.C., so they're doing all that stuff.
Where it's deserved.
Where it's deserved. Where you can have all the traffic and rip up the roads and all that stuff.
Well, no, but back to the 250 thing. I will say I didn't celebrate Independence Day this year, nor have I celebrated it for the last couple of years, just simply because it's hard to celebrate freedom when freedoms are being taken away.
100%.
So it's kind of like, and then before anyone ats me, because I'm so sick of trolls on social media, don't respond in the comments what freedoms are being taken away. Google it. Don't ask me. I'm not going to go into it. If you don't know, I'm not Google it. But so many freedoms are being taken away. So much dignity is being taken away from folks. I don't feel like celebrating. It's nothing to celebrate.
Well, for me, the 250 was actually the opening of the Obama Center, the Obama Library.
That was a great day.
That was like, yes, America.
I celebrated the release of Madonna's Confessions, too.
There we are.
And I had a great time.
You're a work of art.
Because everybody here is a work of art. But it came out July 3rd. So July 3rd, I was out at Sidetrack. I had my big pink covering, and I had a great time.
Well, there we go.
Thank you, Madonna.
Thank you, Madonna. Thank you, Madonna. But you know what you're talking about with all these freedoms and liberties and dignity being taken away? That's kind of like, it's us right up for this whole, like, the resurgence of the lavender scare.
Absolutely.
That is going on within our military, within the FBI, the Department of Justice, all the CIA. Quick little history lesson if you aren't familiar. So the Lavender Scare was the federal government's systemic campaign to identify and remove gay and lesbian employees as supposed security risks.
Yes.
It began in the late 1940s. Thousands have lost their jobs. They were forced to resign. The CIA incorporated questions about homosexuality into its polygraph exams.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
If you've not seen it, please check out Fellow Travelers, I think is the name of it. With
yes.
Matt Bomer and the other cute guy.
Really cute guy.
From Wicked.
I can't remember his name.
It doesn't. Jonathan something. It doesn't matter.
It's really great.
I learned a lot about the Lavender Scare from that movie.
Yeah, it talks a lot about it in there. And it's like, even like in 1953, you had Eisenhower, he issued an executive order listing, quote, sexual perversion as grounds for denying federal government employment or security clearance. The logic being that the government enforced secrecy made gay employees vulnerable to exposure, and that vulnerability was then used to justify excluding them. And that was kind of like the base for a very long time until finally Bill Clinton, he barred the denial of security clearances based solely on sexual orientation in 95.
Yes.
And then expanded federal employment protections in 98. And by the 2010s, the CIA was publicly celebrating LGBTQ plus officers and recruiting at pride events even. They were like looking for every American. And now, thanks to dear leader Ding Dong, getting his Pampers in a bunch over diversity, equity, and inclusion, and declaring on day one of the 47th Reich that there are only two genders, folks in high security positions are being ferreted out, and our nation's security is suffering.
Yes.
This week, CIA veteran Julia Curley, she is a trans woman whose work spanned decades across 4 different administrations. She was the first CIA agent to publicly transition. Understood going there. She was amazing. She delivered the daily brief to Pence and was like, you know what? She was there because she felt the call to serve.
Right.
She felt the call to serve, and she needed to be there to help secure America. Yes. And she did it regardless of what political party the president. She served under Obama and Ding Dong and Biden, and now Ding Dong again. I even think she came in during Bush. So she's been involved for a very, very long time.
In a nonpartisan
way, because she's like, it's not about the partisan. It's about America. And it's
the way
about
it should be.
It's about this particular position. And she actually said, like, I do not agree with what Pence, because you had Pence, who was pretty like, club soda is spicy and we don't like gay marriage and we don't like trans people and everything. But she said that he treated her with nothing but respect and dignity, which is great.
Yeah.
So earlier this week, she sent out, she penned this piece for The Atlantic about her experience because she came back on for the second administration of this horrible regime, and she, about 70 days in, she got fired, but then on a Friday, and then on Monday they asked her back, but she couldn't tell anybody. It was very strange. So she sat down with Peter Alexander on MS Now earlier this week, and this is kind of a longer clip, but I want to play just a little bit about her experience of what she had to go through going through this. So this is CIA veteran Julia Curley with Peter Alexander, and here's just a little snip.
You were told to be discreet. What did you take that to mean?
They wanted my service. They asked me to come back the Monday after I was fired because they needed me, and I did. But they didn't want anyone to know I was there.
They wanted your service, but they didn't want you.
Yeah. Yeah. I read in the
just
piece,
hold on right there for 1 second. That right there, just that hearing it in her voice when they're like, they wanted your work, but not you.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
It sounds exactly the same way as a lot of black folks were treated during the segregation period. Like, we want you to come to work. You cannot use the bathrooms. You cannot enter through the front door. You cannot do all of this, but we want you here. It's all back.
Yep, and she continues on.
Yeah. As I write in the piece, I was the wrong kind of American for them. And that violated every bit of my belief in our creed, which is that a person should be able to rise as far as their talents can take them. But that was no longer the case.
Let me ask you if I can. We're speaking nearly 10 years after you wrote another article for The Atlantic. You did it under a pseudonym at the time, ending the essay with this quote: "Trans kids should know CIA is always recruiting." You say you can no longer advise LGBTQ Americans to join the CIA. What is the cost to the country? What is the CIA? What are Americans losing by those members of those communities not being included in high-level jobs for which you have years of experience?
I think it's tremendous. Throughout my career in government, I've known trans people who had irreplaceable technical skills, people who had rare foreign languages, but also advanced cyber capabilities, who either have been thrown out or have just been unable to continue serving. And the clear message to the country, of which trans people, gay and lesbian, bisexual people are all a part, is that you're not wanted here. And that message has been sent loud and clear. And as painful as it was to write that sentence, I have been on college campuses recruiting for the CIA. CIA has sponsored events and booths at pride parades because we wanted all Americans to lend their talents to our national security. And I think it will weaken the country to drive them away and to drive other people away, even if they're not in the LGBT community, because they don't want to be a part of a system that would do that to some Americans.
It's different.
Yeah. I mean, it's
100%.
It's the entire interview is fantastic and heartfelt and gut wrenching. And as you said, it just reminds me of what does this remind you of?
Yep.
She had to cross the street to go to the bathroom.
Yep. Yeah. It's shameful.
She could not tell people that she was working there.
Yeah.
Because and the whole reason why she got ferreted out was because of stupid Laura Loomer, who was broadcasting there's a far left trans person in the DOJ that's left over from Biden. I need a name. And you have somebody who has dedicated decades of her life to serving and protecting this country and democracy, who is now let go and cannot do her job. And in the meantime, we have Natalie Harp with all her heart serving Dear Leader Ding Dong, who does not even have a security clearance.
No.
It's so bananas to me. That is what's happening here. That we have people who LGBTQ plus service members for in the military and the DOJ and the CIA, all of these agencies who are being run out. And these are people with years of experience who only want to serve.
Correct.
And then
Correct.
And serve the country,
Right.
not a person.
Correct.
It's so maddening.
I agree. That is why I no longer answer the question what rights are being taken away from people.
Yeah.
Because
it's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there what's happening.
Right there, yeah.
And again, in the meantime, you have this fanatical devotion from this lady. I mean, they had to trot out Melania this week.
I know.
They had to have proof of wife. They had to have a proof of wife photo.
And can I just say, there has to be no one more unhappier than Melania Trump.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about her.
I don't
Great,
care.
fine, be sad.
I don't care. I genuinely don't.
Well, she doesn't care either.
She doesn't care either.
She wore a coat.
But
Let everybody know about that.
Goodness,
I don't
she
care.
has
Do
to be
you?
Miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable.
So that is it's just so. Who do you want? Who do you want protecting and serving our country? Somebody who's
Heterosexual white men.
That's what MAGA wants.
Yes.
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 And
there you
apparently
go.
somebody who's willing to jump into the trunk of a car just so she could be near.
That's right. It's not me. I'll tell you that.
It ain't me. Anyway, so that is upbeat. Not at all.
But that's the purpose of programs like this, and being a member of this community is speaking out about these kind of atrocities that are happening.
It's true. And as we head towards, Labor Day weekend, which I guess that's kind of when people start paying attention to the midterms that are going to be coming up.
Yes.
And just a reminder, we can change things, but we have to vote. We have to get out there and vote.
Yes.
That's it. And on that note, go ahead.
But it's not just about voting. It's about holding our elected officials
accountable. Yes.
I'm very big on that.
Yes. Yes, they work for us.
Don't just vote. Hold these folks accountable.
That is correct. All righty. Well, and on that note, we should probably take a little break.
Let's hold you accountable.
I know. Hold me accountable.
Let's pay some
There we
bills.
are. Let's pay some bills. And also on the other side of the break, we're very excited because we get to speak with the CEO of Chicago House and Social Service Agency, Lindsay Gaskins. Yay. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
lightning strike radio show.
McDonald's now, they have taken away one of my favorite items. So far, I haven't seen the ice cream cone at 50 cents at McDonald's this year. What's up, John?
I don't know, but where's the McRib, man? I mean, come on, let's get to the real meat of the issue.
Inflation. Okay. Sundays at 9 a.m. on WCPT 820 a.m.
It's 4 words no parent should ever hear. Your child is sick. It's 4 words that change everything. Those 4 words can define a family. It's 4 words that are filled with pain, heartache, and grief. And with those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Healing begins with happiness. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to 3 million kids at more than 700 hospitals across the country to deliver happiness when it matters most. Learn more at starlight.org.
Everyone deserves access to quality health, but for half the world's population, essential health services are out of reach. At AmeriCares, we know access to quality health saves and improves lives. With good health, people can attend school, be productive at work, care for their families, and contribute to strong communities. That's why we envision pathways to health and opportunity for all. We care. It's our call to action. It's in our history. It's in our name. AmeriCares. AmeriCares about disaster survivors, about free medical aid, what doctors need, our communities, our neighbors, our families. AmeriCares about good health. For a better world. Learn more at americares.org/goodhealth. Together, we can build pathways to health. americares.org/goodhealth. Join us.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Hi, I'm Spencer Tweedy, and you're listening to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Swelden Miller, a.k.a. Ken Mejia-Beal.
That's right, I'm back.
Ken Mejia-Beal is joining us today. Hey, and tomorrow on Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan Esposito will be taking your calls and talking to media watchers Mark Jacob and Jennifer Schultz, and Brian Endless, Senior Lecturer and Director of African Studies and the African Diaspora at Loyola University Chicago. He is also founder of the Come Together Project. Also this week, U.S. Representative Bill Foster and retired Army Major General Randy Manner. That's Live, Local, and Progressive weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., heartlandsignal.com, and TuneIn. I'm so happy to have our first guest.
Me too.
Chicago House and Social Service Agency is an incredible institution.
Yes.
It empowers people living with or vulnerable to HIV/AIDS to lead healthy and dignified lives through housing and compassionate, client-centered support services. And joining us now is the CEO of Chicago House, Lindsay Gaskins. Lindsay, welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for taking time out today on a Sunday to join us. We're very happy that you could be here. Can you remind our listeners a little bit about the history and the mission of Chicago House?
Of course. Chicago House has been around for over 40 years. We started as a hospice for gay men dying of HIV. And over the years, we've evolved our services, always with that center core of creating a place of home and belonging for those that need us most. And so we've been in Chicago for now, it's in our 41st year. We have housed 500 folks in our housing, and we serve over 3,000 folks with services in the Chicago area. And the organization was started by those that came and gave a helping hand, and continues to be led and the team is compassionate, really, human-centric folks out in our communities.
And we thank you so much for it.
So much appreciated.
Yeah. And so you're relatively new in the CEO.
I am.
CEO office right over there. You were board chair of the organization. Then in April, you took over the reins as CEO. What is that? Has to have been a crazy learning curve.
Completely. It was very fortunate for me. I mean, I'm so grateful to be chosen for this role, but fortunate that I did have years of serving on the board,
right,
and understanding how the organization worked and what were the challenges, what were the things that were coming up. And I also got to know the team very well. Michael Herman, the outgoing CEO, is a good friend of mine. And I got to learn from him and the senior team all during this time as serving as on the board. So that was helpful. So I got to kind of jump right into budget season, right into the crazy world we're living in where people are trying to take housing away from folks. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into.
Well, I know. Well, and also what's also so wonderful about, having knowledge of the organization is that you understood the culture and the ethos of the organization. Like there is a spirit that you knew. You kind of like, oh, I know how this works.
Definitely.
So what is your vision for Chicago House for the next couple of years? I mean, I know right now it is a challenging time. You've got people like cuts to healthcare, taking away housing. I mean, denying, trans rights. There's like the list goes on and on. Go ahead. Sorry. What's your vision?
No. So the work has been so strong for many years, but the demand has continued to grow. So if you even just mentioning, the trans folks in our community, what they've been dealing with in the last 19 months is ridiculous, as we all know.
Yeah.
And we need places like Chicago House to be there to find belonging. We believe there's been a decent amount of migration also to Chicago from that community. So we need to be there to help them get up and going, get jobs, get housing, all those different things. And that's part of why we exist as a nonprofit. So the demand is growing. The funds are not growing, right?
Yeah.
The federal government's trying to take away money from nonprofits who are housing people, who are providing employment services, doing healthcare navigation, which is all the stuff we do. But the demand is growing because of inflation, because of the marginalization, and all the different things that are happening in the city. So I feel really good to be in the ecosystem and to be with other partner organizations talking about how are we going to solve this. But I would say to the greater community, this is the time to step up. If you have funds, if you have the ability to be in that world and provide a monthly donation to an organization that you care about and you think is doing the right work, then do that. And that might be different for every person, but it's a time for all of us in this community to step up because funds are being taken away from by the federal government.
Yeah, well, especially anything that, vaguely mentions diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Exactly.
Which is just first of all, I refuse to call it DEI. I will always say diversity, equity, and inclusion because which one of those don't you like?
Exactly.
Tell me.
And exactly. There's a great book that I read this year as I was coming into this role by Brian Gladstone. I don't know if you're familiar with him, and it was all about the Atlanta system, the homeless prevention system, and how it wasn't working for people then. And it's an anthropological look at people trying to get services in Atlanta. And this is before what we're going through right now. And it was eye-opening to me. And as I think about the future and the vision of Chicago House, I think about how we have to get more and more centered on the participants, the clients, of those that need our help. We do this in all other parts of our lives. We design retail operations around how people buy, but we don't really think about social services like we offer in that way. And so sometimes it takes months for people to get a response from even the nonprofits that are trying to do their best because we're all understaffed. How do we really make that system stronger so that when someone raises their hand and says, I need help, they don't have to wait. And so as I think about the vision of Chicago House, not only meeting the demand, ever-changing demand that's going to happen in the city, which I believe is going to hit Black, Brown, trans, individuals most impactfully, but also it's about how do we respond more rapidly so that it doesn't get harder by having to wait. Right. We actually have a safety net, because all of us who have a home understand that we can always go to that home when we're trying to recover. When you don't have a home, what happens then? And so I want people to really understand how important a home is, and this idea that everybody deserves a place to live, and they deserve a place to belong. In Chicago House, because of our work over the 40 years and our very affirming way that we look at everybody, we give you the pronouns that you think are your pronouns. Yeah, we talk to them as individuals. We're affirming in all ways. We are a place that they can call home, and then they can start that, have that feel of belonging, and then they can grow. And this is where you get outcomes of people moving out, people getting jobs, people be able to really live dignified lives, as you said in our mission statement.
Yeah, I think so. You said one of the biggest demographics that you're kind of concerned about are Black and brown trans folks. Mm-hmm. Are there specific services aimed at this community, or are the services more broad?
We have a drop-in service for trans individuals. We have that in 3 parts of the city, so we try to really provide different places, because they're not all living in one part of the city, for them to drop in and access those services and have a meal, get some, learn something, figure out what they need to do, navigate. We have legal services, help people with changing their names, all of these different things that help people move from where they started to where they're going. So those drop-in services. And then if you just think about our entire population, we provide housing. So some folks that identify as trans come through our housing navigation work, but and some come through our employment work. We have a great program called CHAP, where we are helping people learn about how to become community health workers, and they go through that program. It's free. We provide snacks and venture cards to get to the in-person events, and then as they graduate that, we're helping navigate them to employment. So there's this whole really concentrated effort to uplift and provide those services throughout our organization. But we do have, and if you look on our website, or if you're seeking services for trans specific, you can go into the drop-in, and that is a safer space than you will find in other places.
Yeah, one thing that I love about the work that Chicago House does is the emphasis on community. Mm-hmm. That's kind of been my word this year, of really focusing, we need community, and the way that you honor each individual and remind them that they have a community and that they are a part of a community, that is life-changing right there. So exactly. I want to thank you so much for all of the work that you do and everyone at Chicago House. If people want to learn a little bit more about the services that you provide and hopefully make a donation, how can they do that?
ChicagoHouse.org, and we have events, we have a way to do monthly donations, all those different things. But we'd love for you to know who we are, because you never know when you might meet somebody who's in need. Yeah. So please check us out. You can access our services that way, and we just love to have as many people in our community understand where they can find help.
Well, Lindsay Gaskins, thank you so much for just taking the reins and running with it. This is a daunting challenge, and thank you so much for all that you do for our city and beyond. Lindsay Gaskins, CEO of Chicago House and Social Services Agency. You can go to chicagohouse.org to find out more info about it. Lindsay, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Have a great day.
We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the second hour about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, this is Patty Vasquez, and I'm thrilled to announce that Driving at Home with Patty Vasquez now has its very own podcast that you can subscribe to. Actually, 2 Driving It Home full episodes and Driving It Home featured interviews. You can subscribe to one or both. Just search for Driving It Home wherever you get your podcasts, or get the podcast links on my show page by visiting heartlandsignal.com and clicking on my picture.
Patty Vasquez, weeknights 5 to 7 on WCPT 820.
Everyone deserves access to quality health. But for half the world's population, essential health services are out of reach. At AmeriCares, we know access to quality health saves lives. We care. It's our call to action. It's in our name, AmeriCares. AmeriCares about our communities, our neighbors, our families. AmeriCares about good health for a better world. Join us. Learn how at americares.org/goodhealth.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
And the causes may be different than you think.
You see, paid family leave,
that prevents child abuse. And high-quality, affordable child care
prevents child abuse, too.
Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources that build healthier communities and a stronger economy.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to kidsaid.org to learn more.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
From the heart of Chicago, it's WCPT 820. Progressive Talk Radio, where facts matter and voices fight for change. WCPT 820.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carton. President Trump is taking a swipe at Canada amid trade tensions between the two countries. In a post on Truth Social early today, the president wrote that Canada wants the benefits of being a state without being one, adding that the country has charged farmers massive amounts of tariffs for many years. This comes after U.S. tariffs against a wide range of Canadian goods went into effect early Saturday after negotiators from both sides failed to reach an agreement. Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Canadian exports to the United States lower costs for American families. In contrast, tariffs are taxes. Taxes which are ultimately paid by U.S. consumers.
Carney gave a speech Saturday calling the U.S. terms a bad deal and claimed America has changed. The U.S. is set to impose tough new sanctions on Iran. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says he'll hold a news conference Monday to lay out the economic pressures the administration plans to impose on Iran and its key allies. The White House described the measures as the toughest sanctions in history. President Trump referred to it as an economic D-Day for the Islamic Republic. A round of severe weather is set to take aim at parts of the Northeast and Great Lakes today. Storms across the region have the possibility to produce severe hail and damaging wind. A level 1 out of a 5 severe weather threat is covering cities like New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. Severe storms could also extend southward into parts of Georgia and the Gulf Coast. A fast-moving wildfire in northwest Nevada is prompting evacuations today. Governor Joe Lombardo declared a state of emergency as the Hawk Fire threatens more than 1,000 homes west of Reno. More from Jim Forbes.
The Hawk Fire started early Saturday west of Reno in the heavily populated region and level 2 evacuation warnings.
Officials have opened 2 evacuation centers in Reno. One of them is already at full capacity. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
From energy to public health, extreme weather, the economy, and more, Climate Connections makes the global local. Hear it weekdays during the Tom Hartman program and during Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive, right here on WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk, where facts matter.
Choose Views with Richard Chew.
I was leaving the gym and I saw all these people out, Devin, and I was like, what's going on? And then I ran into a friend and I was like, what's going on? And she said, it's Pokemon Find, whatever that is. Help me out, Devin.
Pokemon Go Fest?
Is that what it was?
Yes, okay. Pokemon Find.
I'm sorry, see?
Richard, what's your favorite Pokemon?
The one you all are poking me on right now.
Richard Chew, weekday mornings at 6 on WCPT 820.
Upgrade your summer drives with the stunning performance of a Porsche. Find the perfect model for you at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Browse and test drive our extensive selection like the 2026 Porsche Cayenne. Right now, lease the 2026 Cayenne for just $1149 a month for 39 months. Discover performance like no other when you visit the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $10,859 due at signing for qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fee. No security deposit required. See dealer for details. Offer ends 8/31/26.
We gather together in communities across the nation to remember and honor, to celebrate and support, to light the night. Join us as we lift our lanterns high. We are Blood Cancer United, and we see a world without blood cancer. Join us as we light the night. Find your local event at lightthenight.org. That's lightthenight.org.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
Welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
Welcome to the second hour of Out Chicago on this beautiful day. Look, there's no tornadoes and the sky's not on fire.
No well, there is a wildfire.
There is, but that's not right here.
Yeah, not here.
It's been a weird summer.
It's what summer? I want a refund. I want a refund.
It's been nice.
It could have been nice.
Okay, it could have been nicer. You could have been nicer.
Every year.
Every year. Hey,
every year.
No, it can't be nicer is our second hour of guests that we have. Isn't that seamless? It was a seamless transition. A little bit later on, we're going to be speaking with some of the wonderful folks behind HystericalFest, Women Act Out, which is a new play festival about the experiences of women with indivisible disabilities. We're going to be chatting with Iris Sowlat and Pearlie Leaf a little bit later on, and hopefully we've had some gremlins in the board today, but hopefully we will be able to chat with her right now. I'm so very excited. One of my favorite, perhaps it is like in my top 3 theater companies in Chicago.
Oh, definitely my favorite.
Yeah, Handbag Productions. It is Chicago's gold standard for camp.
Yes.
They have launched into their fall theater season with a revival of artistic director David Cerda's fan favorite, Joan Crawford Goes to Hell. Now joining us is none other than Chicago's most prolific playwright, David Cerda. Hello, David.
They were having trouble with the video.
All right, David, I don't think you can hear us right now, so we're going to try to give you a phone call, and in the meantime, we'll vamp. Are we good? Gotta love the...
Okay, we're gonna keep talking.
There we go. Gotta love live radio that's going on
If
here.
it's live, it's happening.
It is happening.
Right now.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And nope. All right.
All right. So, Helen Handbasket, great shows.
Handbag.
Sorry.
Helena Handbasket was the name of Chandler's father on Friends.
Yes, it's been one.
Yes.
I love all of their stuff.
Helena Handbag, yes, they're incredible.
Yes.
It is just silly and fun, and it's a great reminder to not take yourself so seriously.
It's always great.
You know, good
you have
time.
to laugh.
You have to laugh. You have to laugh, and you have to enjoy Joan Crawford, apparently.
Every year, my birthday, Mommy Dearest. Do
you remember
year.
like when the Music Box used to hold, they would show Mommy Dearest for Mother's Day?
No.
Do you not remember this?
No.
Oh my gosh, for years, the Music Box Theater on Mother's Day, they would do a Mother's Day screening of Mommy Dearest.
Oh.
People were encouraged to come in costume.
Oh, with eyebrows.
There we are. And fortunately, because we've got a crackpot team. Crackpot? No, Cracker Jack. There we are.
Cracker Jack.
They might be crackpot too as well, but we finally got David Cerda from Helena Handbag on the phone. David, thank you for your flexibility.
No problem.
Thank you.
I went on the StreamYard and you sounded like Kennedy.
Well, good. Meat tallow. There we are. David Cerda, you all started previews for Joan Crawford Goes to Hell. How are they going?
They're going really well, actually. Knock on wood, but yeah, they were there to enjoy themselves, and they were
ready to go.
Gave them what they wanted.
All right. Look, one thing I will also say, aside from Helena Handbag just being a fabulous show, your fans, the fans of Handbag,
yes,
are legion, and they are devoted in a way that I'm like, how, like, Goodman only wishes.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, look at where they are and look at where we are. It's such an unfair world.
It is an unfair world and everything. That's why Joan Crawford has to go to hell, you know?
Yeah,
So what is the premise of the show?
The premise of the show is Joan Crawford dies, goes to hell, and meets the devil, who's a suave, debonair guy, and is forced to watch her life through the lens of Mommy Dearest.
I love this already.
So it's Joan commenting on Faye Dunaway as Joan, commenting on, and then it's such a big show. It takes 3 Joan Crawfords on the stage, and then we have 2 Joan Crawfords on video.
I love
who doesn't love the Joan Crawford multiverse?
This is like a dream come true.
That's great. So now, when did you first write this show? Because this is a revival.
Yes, it's 1997. I first wrote it.
Wow.
And, and even though it's a revival, it's the basic idea, the core idea is there, but I grew a lot as a writer, and I know a lot more about Joan now, and you know, I've matured as a writer.
Yes, you have.
And so, you know, it is a homage parody of Mommy Dearest, but it's a lot more than that. It's really kind of a love letter to Joan Crawford, and with all the different aspects of Joan Crawford, and you know, I'm not a Christina Crawford denier. Mm-hmm. I believe Joan should not have been a mother.
Yes, there we go.
But there's also her body of work and her circumstances growing up, and you know, there's no excuse to hit a kid. I'll just say that right away. But I grew up, and I'm a child of a certain age, and in the 60s, people hit their kids a lot.
It was a different. Yeah, I get
it was
that.
a different time.
Also in the 80s.
Also in the 80s.
Yes, there was a spanking.
Oh yeah,
spanking thing that was going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mother wasn't a Hollywood star, you know, or maybe I would have wrote a book.
Right.
But there's something, you know, I do. We've had this conversation before, because I know, like, you love Joan Crawford.
I do.
Yeah,
I do, and it's not like it's evolved. You know, I have all this stuff I collected and people have given me, and so I'm making a wall of Joan for the theater. But it's just like really complicated, and it's her legend. Mommy Dearest has helped her endure.
Oddly enough, but her work. I mean, like you were saying, because she was like the scrappiest of underdogs.
She was the Madonna of her time. She just kept reinventing herself and and she was with MGM and Metro, and in Mommy Dearest, it makes it look like she was fired, but she actually bought out her contract because they were offering her not very good roles. And so she did what she had to do, you know, and then she ended up being on the board of Pepsi, and
yes. And wait until she comes out public against your product.
I made sure I got that scene.
That's one of the best scenes of any movie. of all time. It's so good.
You don't know what hard feelings are. But yeah, and it's really fun to do it with. I have a Joan who's in his 20s, and I have a cisgender female Joan who kind of out Jones me sometimes.
What? Wow. Is that possible?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a great cast. Everybody.
Well, they always are.
And the original Christina from our show is in it. T.J. O'Brien, and it's just really. It's fun to pass the Joan on to the future generations.
Well, I mean, there's a big part about, with all of these, well, we had a good run of like having equal rights coming through, and like more of like an assimilation into the broader culture that to me, like queer culture was kind of disappearing. And there's something so wonderful about what you were saying about like passing on the baton, the Joan baton, as a order to bring a new generation into like understanding why this woman is such an icon, especially for gay men.
Yes.
Right. And it's people love Mommy Dearest, and we celebrate that silly movie, but it's also it's so much more. It's so much more than No Wire Hangers.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because people scream that at me all the time, and I'm like,
stop. I like to scream. I will always beat you.
Yes. And there are camps who really hate that. Like, all these different Facebook groups and like, Joan was a sophisticated. I was like, come on. Like she was human.
Every year I get lectured for loving Mommy Dearest. Someone always pops up in the comments and goes, "Shame on you," blah, blah, blah. And I delete it because I don't care.
Right.
Go on with your life.
Well, I did a guest professorship at Northwestern for LGBT screenplay and plays and focusing on camp. And Mommy Dearest was one of the films I assigned, and some of these kids were like, "What? That's funny."
They don't understand.
Well,
camp.
because there's like, why wasn't there a trigger warning?
Don't get
and the one young lady was from like China, and so she didn't, like female trouble, like John Waters. They were like, oh my God.
Like, what is this? I don't understand. Well, it is like, again, it is one of those things that a lot of younger generations don't get camp.
They don't get it.
Right.
And
some do, though. And they have their own camp.
Yeah.
Well, I made the mistake of inviting a 22-year-old to my birthday last year to watch Mommy Dearest, and it was traumatizing for him. He was like, "This is child abuse and alcoholism." I said, "Yeah,
of course.
We're laughing. It was our childhood."
And it's just the way it turned out. The movie is so absurd that you can't help but laugh.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, there's nothing subtle about it.
No, it's like, look at those eyebrows.
Child abuse is funny, and Faye gives a bravura performance. I mean, no matter what they say, I just think it ruined her career. Okay. She needs to ride with it. Her and Tina Louise need to lighten up.
I agree.
It's just like, go for it. Get the money.
So you wrote this a goodly bit ago, and you as you said that your prowess and skills as a playwright have broadened, deepened. Did you go through and make some little tweaks and adjustments throughout with this?
I made a lot of tweaks and adjustments. And when I revisited last year, we did a reading of it. I was like, this is not enough me in it. And I think then I was kind of afraid to tweak and change things as much. I wasn't as confident. Now I put a lot of stuff in it. I put scenes in it that weren't in the film, and I have Christina and Joan rehearsing Mildred Pierce and things like that, and we have beautiful video work, not on the TV screen. It's like on the walls, and and the stage is like Art Deco white, and because we have to make the most of that space. It's a small space, and so you get a real intimate. It's like watching The Wizard of Oz in the Sphere in Vegas, except that it's a tiny box.
Well, no, and also what's really wonderful is this is kicking off 25 years of Helena Handbag Productions.
Wow!
First, congratulations on that. You know,
thank you.
It's huge. Were there any what shows or company milestones stand out for you?
Well, for sure, Poseidon and Upside Down musical.
A huge hit for you.
Yeah, and then the Rudolph, the red-hosed reindeer. We did 13 iterations of that, and they were all different. And I don't know, I think Cage Dames, the women in prison musical, and just it's been a pleasure, nurturing younger artists like Alex Grelly and Tyler Anthony Smith, and just watching little queers grow and discover their own version of camp and ridiculousness. I really like a lot of the shows. I liked Lady X, the musical. I like the Golden Girls series.
I was a huge fan of Snow Girls.
Yes. And Snow Girls was Derek Van Barum. He wrote the book and I wrote the music. And and Derek is now the
fancy schmancy
czar, right?
Yes.
Right. But we're we still talk, and we may have something. We may have collaborate on something too.
Oh, fabulous!
Don't tell anybody.
I will never. Would never do that. Would never do that.
The Birds. Yes, the Birds. How can I forget the Birds?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still remember those posters.
And Veronica Cartwright came and played with us, and so it's been really nice. It's been really nice, and we're small by kind of design, because I think the larger you get, the harder it is to sustain. And and theater is different now.
It is.
It just is, and I don't care what anybody says. After COVID, it changed, and and you saw that big essay about the theater not-for-profit model. It kind of doesn't work, and I knew that before. But we were so popular that we still made money. Now even when we do really well, what happened to all the money?
Right?
And so it's a constant struggle for everybody.
Yeah. And yet here you are, like a phoenix, rising from the ashes and descending back into hell.
Yes.
I know that's I think that's from what we put that in the Christmas Terrace show where Joan Crawford is Scrooge.
Yes.
It's rising from the. We've got moments like that, and I got to say, Gretchen Greer, who plays one of the Joans, is amazing, and so is Nicholas Ian. Coco Chanel was supposed to be in the show.
Oh.
And she had a health issue and she dropped out last Sunday.
Oh.
And so we were, I haven't slept all week.
I'm sure.
And everybody stepped up to the plate, the director, Cheryl Snodgrass, and all the designers. We've been working our butt off, and so part of me was glad that we couldn't video this because I was wearing a hat.
Okay.
I should have, I couldn't find my Ava Gabor wig, so I was like, I got to wear a hat.
It's all good because, look, again, one of the best things about Handbag, your fans are legion. Your ensemble members are just as wrong and twisted and funny as you are. It really is it's a wonderful thing, and
we've got a lot of new people in this.
Yes,
too.
which is always great. Like you were saying, you're nurturing young artists into the world of camp, and so that I think everybody. Let's kick off this fall season, right? And you head to Joan Crawford Goes to Hell, presented by Helena Handbag Productions. It runs through September 27th at the Clutch. For tickets and for info, go to handbagproductions.org. David Cerda, I always love chatting with you.
Yes.
I always love seeing you on stage. And
I will be there.
Thank you, Scott.
Always there. I'll be there.
Are you going to give me a hug?
I will give you a hug. I will give you a hug.
I'm a hugger.
I love a hug, and I will see you on Friday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, there we go. So anyway,
Okay.
David Cerda, break all the legs as you head to opening night. Again, the show
you so
is
much.
Joan Crawford Goes to Hell. If you haven't seen a Hell in a Handbag Productions show, you need to do yourself a favor and go check this one out. David Cerda, thank you so much, and break legs, my friend.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right.
God bless.
God bless. God bless. God bless. There we are. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, there's more Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hey, it's the Paulacious one. I'm up on the transmitter trying to power us up so you can hear us on 820. But if you can't hear us on the radio, you can also hear us on heartlandsignal.com, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio app, and SoundCloud.com/WCPT820. It's the Sports Cubicle, 9 p.m. on Sundays on WCPT. Whoa!
The Sports Cubicle, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on WCPT 820, where facts matter.
This is WCPT telling you how you can shop blue. If you have children, they are always going to be your special bundle of joy. And if they're a newborn baby, you want to make sure what's best for them. So here are the best baby product companies that support the Democratic Party. Procter & Gamble. Now, Procter & Gamble owns Luvs, Pampers, and All Good. In 2024, Procter & Gamble gave $599,000 to the Democratic Party, 61% of their donations. Procter & Gamble supports the Democratic Party. Kirkland Diapers. Now, Kirkland Diapers are owned by First Quality. And First Quality does not give to politics, but their employees do, and their employees lean slightly to the left, as $50,000 are donated to Democrats in 2024. This has been WCPT telling you how you can shop blue.
Homeowners, is your upper floor too hot in the summer? Are energy bills climbing with every degree? Green Attic can help. With over 15 years of experience and more than 1,000 five-star reviews, Green Attic is a trusted name in Chicagoland for insulation, ventilation, and roofing solutions that make homes more comfortable and energy efficient. They specialize in attic insulation, spray foam, crawl space encapsulation, mold remediation, and solar attic fan installation, all designed to keep your home cooler and improve indoor air quality during the warmer months. Green Attic also offers full-service roofing through Green Attic Roofing, from roof repairs and replacements to flat roofs, commercial roofing, and solar panel installation. The right insulation and ventilation can lower energy use, reduce strain on your HVAC system, and help maintain more consistent temperatures throughout your home. Green Attic backs its work with the industry's only 10-year labor warranty. Schedule your free insulation consultation at greenattic.com or get an instant roofing estimate at greenatticroofing.com. Green Attic, healthy home, happy family.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
Hey, this is Mark Patton, and I'm from Queen My Nightmare on Elm Street, and you're listening to Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ken Mejia-Beal, a.k.a. Swellin' Miller.
Swellin'.
It's the guns. It's those arms that you got going on there.
It's
it's
my best.
There we are.
It's what I contribute to society.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, tomorrow on Driving It Home, Patty Vasquez will be joined by Brandon Wu, Director of Policy and Campaigns at ActionAid USA, and Daniel Squadron, President and co-founder of Future Now and author of The Fourth Branch, How State Government Can Save Our Union.
Which is a great book.
There we go. Well, we can learn all about it tomorrow on Driving It Home with Patty Vasquez, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 AM, the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I am very excited.
Yeah, you are.
Because next weekend, HystericalFest, Women Act Out. It's a new play festival about the experiences of women with invisible disabilities. It's produced by Violet Surprise Theater in collaboration with Paula Kamen and Terry Lynn Hudson. And joining us now from Violet Surprise Theater are Iris Sowlat and Pearlie Leaf. Iris and Pearlie, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hey, thank you so much for having us again, Scott. Can you hear me okay?
I can, Iris. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Pearlie, are you there?
Yes, thank you. I am. Thank you so much for having me as well.
Fabulous.
Excited to be here.
Well, first of all, we're so glad that you're here. Iris, can you tell us a little bit about the history and mission of Violet Surprise Theater?
Yeah, absolutely. We started back in 2019. I think you had me on the show when we were doing our Fem Flash Fest pre-pandemic. It was started by me and my business partner and good friend, Allison Fradkin. We're both alums of Pride Films and Plays when we met there. And so when we both left PFP, we thought, what else do we want to do? And we created the Fem Flash Fest that we talked about 7 years ago. And since then, we've spent the last few years on and off due to things like the pandemic and going away to grad school and coming back.
Those little things. You know, those little life events.
Yeah. For most of the last 7 years, me and Allison have done readings, play festivals. We did 3 different sold-out readings, or we did 2 with Violet Surprise. One was prior to Violet Surprise of Paula Kamen's play Jane, Abortion in the Underground. And in this past year, we did Violet Surprise Theater's first full production. We did a touring production of Loring Gunderson's The Revolutionists, and that toured to about 20 different Chicago neighborhoods and suburbs. Then the idea for this festival, HystericalFest, came about because Paula Kamen, she's a playwright and a Violet Surprise board member. She has chronic pain and migraines, and she actually wrote a book about that called All in My Head. She came to us with the idea for this festival because women throughout time have often been gaslit or told that their disabilities aren't real if their disabilities are invisible. And coincidentally, not on purpose, most of the Violet Surprise staff and board have invisible disabilities. I'm legally blind. My visual impairment is achromatopsia. So Paula and I and Pearlie, Allison Fradkin, and Terry Lynn Hudson, we all put our heads together and came up with this festival. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So, Pearlie, anything you want to add to that?
Well, Iris summed it up pretty well. That's exactly how it happened. And I have ADHD, so, I mean, neurodivergencies kind of like coincide with invisible disabilities. And I had written a play called Task Paralysis that will be featured in the festival about like figuring out what ADHD is and how it represents differently in women. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be producing this and to have my play featured in it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the name could not be more perfect.
Yeah, it's a great name.
For this, I mean, I just love the Hysterical Fest. Fantastic. I love the, you know, the historical ramifications of the word hysterical, because that was what was referred to for women when they menstruated. You know, it's just brilliant, and I love this whole exploration because they're comedic plays. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're all funny.
And that's the thing that's so great. It's like looking through a very serious topic about indivisible. Why do I keep wanting to say indivisible? Because I talk to Indivisible Illinois all the time. So I'm so sorry. but invisible disabilities, like it's a very serious topic. But I love looking at it through a comedic lens. So I know you both have, Pearlie, you were saying you have one about ADHD. Iris, you're performing a solo piece that you wrote and performed.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm performing a monologue that I wrote. It's called A Blind Lesbian Walks into a Bar, and it is my coming out story because in real life and in the story, my experience of coming out as a lesbian about 10 years ago did intersect with my visual impairment in a way that a lot of like non-visually impaired people would not even think of. And so to find out what happens, you can come to the festival. I have performed this story before at Sidetracks Outspoken and a couple other storytelling salons too. So yeah, some of you may have heard this before. And then I'm also directing a piece called The Body Play. It's a 2-part, 2 short 10-minute plays that are part of the full length, and that is also a piece by Madison Wetzel, and it's about chronic pain told through magical realism.
Fantastic. And So Pearlie, who else is going to be on the lineup for Hysterical Fest Women Act Out that's coming up next weekend, the 28th through the 30th at Piven Theatre Workshop in Evanston?
Well, Allison Fradkin, who Iris mentioned before, also has written a play for the lineup called Herd Mentality, which is about her experience with being hard of hearing. And she will be starring in it as well because everyone here wears multiple hats.
Of course.
And then we have plays from people all over the country. We have some pieces from New York. We have someone from Ohio. We also have remote performers as part of the festival because we really wanted to focus on accessibility and making performance accessible for all. So even those who are immunocompromised or suffer from long COVID and can't perform in person still get a chance to perform.
Fabulous. Terry Lynn Hudson is one of those performers, right?
Yeah. Yes, and she is a fantastic actor. We are so happy that she was able to perform in the piece Invisible-ish, written by Donna Latham.
And what is that about?
That piece is about a woman whose disability is sometimes visible and sometimes invisible, because when you think about it, sometimes chronic pain can vary. Like one day you can be fine to walk on your own and without a mobility aid, and then people may not necessarily know that you have a disability, but then other times you may need to use a cane or a wheelchair or some other mobility aid, and then it's very obvious that you have a disability. And oftentimes wheelchair users, especially who can walk themselves, get a lot of dirty looks and nasty remarks because people will assume that they're faking it or something, which is really not the case. So we're happy to showcase that sometimes it varies and it can be visible sometimes and is invisible others.
I love that. I mean, again, I love that you are examining these, again, very serious, weighty issues, but through the lens of comedy. Was that like a conscious decision, or did all the material, or is it just because of the spirit of the playwrights? We're like, oh no, I need to talk about this in a funny way in order for people to hear it.
Yes, it was absolutely conscious. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Oh, sorry, Iris. It was absolutely conscious because how many sad stories do you know about disabilities? We specifically wanted to make this festival funny so that it would reach more audiences, because a lot of times people would rather watch something uplifting than sad. And it's also about laughing through the pain, and using humor to cope. And did you have anything to add to that, Iris?
I was just going to say, it was Paula's idea, I think, because it's a play on the word hysterical, and also, as Pearlie said, it's there's so many sob stories about disability that it's I'm disabled, I live my life in it, and a lot of my life is not sad.
Right,
but,
I'm pretty funny.
Humor has also come from my disability.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because it's that whole, and I think you can reach people in a different way.
Laughter.
That whole Mary Poppins spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Yeah. Kind of vibe. So, if people, not only will there be live performance and a virtual, I guess a streaming performance, but audience members can also stream the Hysterical Fest Women Act Out next weekend. How can they do that?
There's a link on the Eventbrite. The Eventbrite is a two-parter because we do want to make this as accessible as possible. So we'd love for people to join us in person at Piven Theatre, and any virtual performances will be screened. We have 2 monologues that will be done virtually, and they'll be screened there as well. But if you can't make it, whether that's because you live out of town or you're immunocompromised or you just wish to stay home that day, there is a streaming link where you can still buy a ticket and get a link to the video of the performance. I think we're taping either a final dress or opening night, and then that will be available to stream for the same ticket price to view the production from home.
Amazing.
And that's all in the Eventbrite. And Scott, I can send you a link to I think the link to the Eventbrite was in the email I originally sent you.
It was, but so I can't really share. So how can people, when they go to Eventbrite, they just write in Hysterical Fest?
Yeah, let me find. Yeah, if you just run a Google search, Eventbrite Hysterical Fest, Piven Theatre, Piven is spelled Piven, then this should be the first search results. And then the links for in-person and streaming it from home are both on the same Eventbrite page.
Fantastic.
And you can also go to our Violet Surprise Instagram, and the link in our bio will take you straight to the place to get tickets and drop us a follow while you're there.
There we go. What is the handle for Violet Surprise on Insta?
It is at Violet Surprise Theater. That's VioletSurpriseTheatre.
I love theater with an R-E because you're fancy that way.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, you are. Heck yeah. What do you hope that when folks come and check out Hysterical Fest Women Act Out next weekend at the Piven Theatre, what do you hope they leave after experiencing these pieces?
I hope they learn something and laugh a lot.
There we go. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
Well, again, if you are looking to learn something and laugh a lot, make sure you head to Hysterical Fest Women Act Out. It is August 28th through the 30th at Piven Theatre Workshop in Evanston. For tickets to both the live event and for the streaming events, go to Eventbrite, type in Hysterical Fest, Piven Theater, and that should pop right on up. Ira Sowlat, Pearlie Leaf, thank you so much for joining us today. And break all the legs as you head towards this festival.
All the legs.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate you having us on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure, because we love lifting folks up here. Hysterical Fest, Women Act Out. Don't miss it. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the final thrilling show-stopping moments about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hey, I get it. You've been doom scrolling since 2016, and your therapist is tired of you. Good news. I'm cheaper and funnier. I'm Patty Vasquez, comedian, policy nerd, and your new favorite reason to sit in the car after you've already parked. We all do it, honestly. Every weekday from 5 to 7 p.m. on WCPT 820 a.m., I break down the politics, call it the nonsense, and yeah, I hope to make you laugh while doing it. Because if we're going to resist and persist, we might as well have a good time.
Patty Vasquez, weeknights 5 to 7 on WCPT 820.
This summer, celebrate music, community, and unforgettable nights under the stars at Ravinia. Experience Brandi Carlile, Grace Jones and Janelle Monáe, Hugh Jackman, and Chance the Rapper, plus performances from the Chicago Symphony Orchestra all season long. Live music, iconic artists, and summer nights await in Highland Park. Tickets are on sale now at ravinia.org.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
This is Richard Chew with something to chew on. GOP, MAGA, and right-wing apologists, it's time for you to acknowledge that you've been and are continuing to be played and duped by Donald Trump. From fixing inflation on day one, bringing down grocery prices, eliminating the national debt, slashing energy costs, ending the war in Ukraine, no new foreign wars, building the wall, draining the swamp, and all the rest, Donald Trump has failed. And it's not just because he lied, lies, and will continue to lie. It's because he is flat out incompetent. This latest controversy over Air Force One and the catering container shows his craven incompetence, and also that of his cabinet. So admit it, GOP and MAGA, you got played and duped. And maybe it's just time that you leave Donald Trump in the political desert like he left you in Turkey.
Richard Chew, weekday mornings at 6 on WCPT 820.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
Welcome back to Out Chicago on Chicago's Progressive Talk. Can I get you another Bellini?
Oh, please, Stephanie Miller. Yes, get us a Bellini.
3 of them.
Oh, dear. Okay, there we go.
3 Bellinis.
3 Tres Bellinis.
Yes, Tres Bellinis.
What is
Tre Bellinis? Because Bellinis are French. Right?
I thought they were Italian.
Oh, that would be.
I don't know. You're the one who was just recently on the continent to go to Amsterdam.
So listen, true story.
Okay.
I am geographically challenged, and before I even got there, I thought I was going to Denmark. And yeah,
that's different.
A friend of mine was like, "Can you have to stop saying we're going to Denmark? We're going to the Netherlands." I was like, "The what?
The what? The
what? Where am I going?"
That's all right. It's so, you're so pretty.
And that has gotten me so far in life. I've always relied on the kindness of strangers.
Yes. And the stranger, the better.
And that is why I look like this, because I'm not smart.
Oh, stop it. You are a smarty pants.
You
are a smarty pants. Hey, you can visit the Out Chicago page and listen to on demand to recent interviews and full episodes of the show. Just find the subscribe links to our full episodes and featured interview podcasts and read all about us. You can see an Out Chicago photo gallery of pride parades.
Yes.
Past. And much more. Go to heartlandsignal.com/out to find us. Find us on our new website. Very exciting stuff. And also, people always ask us what they can do to support the work that we do at WCPT and Heartland Signal.
Tell the people.
Always, tell the people. Tell the people that we exist.
Yes.
First of all, so many people don't even know that
And
there's
tell
a Progressive
the people
Talk.
to go to Heartland Signal and stream the shows.
There you go. And also, one of the best ways is always to support our sponsors and to tell them thank you for advertising here. But if you're on Facebook, there's another way. You can now subscribe to the WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal Facebook pages. A subscription is only 99 cents a month.
99 cents
a month.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's like, I keep going back to Bonnie Franklin, who would back in the day, she was on One Day at a Time. The mom, I'm old, you're young.
I'm sorry.
I hate you. Never mind, it's fine.
I did see the One Day at a Time with Rita Moreno.
Yeah, okay, what was the original one?
Okay.
Anyway, but she was doing these things for for less than a cup of coffee. You can be a part. So it's less than 99 cents.
Like the Sally Struthers commercials?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know those commercials.
There you go. Well, for less than a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
For a whole month.
99 cents
99
is
cents
crazy.
a month. I know. There are going to be some special offers coming up to subscribers. And so just visit us at WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal on Facebook and hit that subscribe button.
And I'm going to say this. We have so many folks that say there aren't enough liberal outlets. We're right here. Support us.
Yeah.
Support us.
Thank you. Are you joining Patty on Wednesday?
I'm not joining Patty.
You are
I'm
Patty?
taking over for Patty. Patty will be going out of town, so I will be on Driving It Home Tuesday through Friday.
Oh, come on now.
So Drive It Home with Ken Mejia-Beal, the Hump Day Honey. That's right.
All week long.
Except not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Because Patty's...
Because she's here.
She's in town.
Yeah. We can't be in the same place. Patty and I are the same person. People just don't know it.
It's like...
CGI.
It is CGI.
Crazy.
It's like Michael Jackson and Diana Ross.
Yes.
Same person.
Oh, God.
Same person.
Poor Michael and
Barry
Diana.
Gibb and Chewbacca.
What?
Barry Gibb, the lead singer of the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
And Chewbacca.
Same person?
Have you looked at their hairlines? Look at the hairlines of Barry Gibb.
By the way, Barry Gibb is still alive.
Yes.
Yes, he is. I just found that out last night.
Were you concerned? Oh, what? Huh? How'd
It
that
came
come up?
I thought he was dead.
Okay.
And someone was saying something about the Bee Gees.
No, Robin Gibb has passed. And Andy Gibb.
Yes.
He wasn't a part of the Bee Gees, but he was.
But Barry Gibb is alive.
He was. And if you look at the cover... Look at the cover of Saturday Night Fever, the Saturday Night Fever album.
I'm never gonna be the same.
The Saturday Night Fever album. Look at his hairline, and then look at Chewbacca, and then if you put a little bit of nair on Chewbacca's forehead and underneath his eyes, it looks. You never see Chewbacca.
Oh my God,
and
you are!
Barry
I'm
Gibb
looking at
together.
it right now.
You never see the two of them together,
and for good reason. But no, I found that out last night. Very excited. congratulations to Barry Gibb
on being alive.
Staying alive.
Staying alive. Look at you.
I gave you the layup.
I know. I
just
missed
had to
it.
take
Well,
it.
I went on a show tune thing. I went Stephen Sondheim.
Where I don't go.
Well, it's because
I don't like musicals.
Because I'm too gay for those.
And this is not one of your homosexual dance clubs.
No,
So
it is no.
Stay alive.
I know. That's why I was being alive, because you don't dance to that one. There you go. Hey, tomorrow is the first day of school for CPS. I just want to give a big old shout out to all of the teachers out there.
Yeah. God bless you all.
Oof.
God bless you.
I know. The first couple of weeks of school, though.
Honestly, like, there are so many great jobs. And I say this with great admiration to teachers. My dad was a CPS teacher.
Mm-hmm.
There is not enough money in the world.
No, well,
I could not do it. I could not do it.
Well, that's because it takes somebody who's really amazing and incredible.
You have to be a good, like, genuinely good. I'm not a genuinely good person, so I could not do it. I could not do it. Not because of the kids, but also because of the parents.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Like, oof.
Well, that was my tricky thing when I was a teacher. It was like my students I loved.
Yeah.
I'm still in touch with my students.
That's awesome.
And it's been like 15 years since I was a teacher. But it was the parents were.
That's the parents.
I mean, yeah, especially, and yeah.
Yeah, like when my dad, he passed a couple of years ago, so many of his former students came to his funeral, and it was beautiful, and he would have loved it. But he was a CPS teacher for over 20 years. He loved it.
Yeah.
And he would always say, "You be great." And it's like, I would not, Dad. I would not.
I bet you would, because I think you would bring an energy and a creativity to your classroom.
I would be a nightmare.
Would you be a mean teacher, you think?
My patience isn't there. I have zero patience. I have zero. Yesterday I was at Taco Fest. I was in line, and literally I was in line for maybe 2 minutes, and it didn't move. And I was like, I'm done. Left Taco Fest.
Wow.
Went home. Got on the train and went right on home.
There you go. That didn't bring you joy, so you removed yourself from the situation.
Yeah, you remember. So that would be me as a teacher. Like, you know what? No joy. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mejia-Beal is out.
Now, there you go. Now you know your limitations. We all know our strengths and everything. But I will say there's nothing better than having like an influential teacher in your life.
Absolutely.
Do you have one?
Miss Robertson.
What grade?
She was my junior year and senior year chemistry and AP chemistry teacher.
Okay.
And she was amazing. She passed away very young. But she was a out lesbian. And
all right.
So much visibility. And she was also a huge Madonna fan. And she wasn't that much older than us. I think she was born in like 75 or 76. So maybe only 10 years older, and she passed away a few years ago of cancer. It was horrible, and once again, so many of her former students. But Miss Robertson for me. What about you?
Oh my gosh, I have far too many. Like I remember all of my teachers.
Oh, I remember them all.
Well, but I was fortunate enough to like really have just some really great teachers in my life, starting from first grade, like Mr. McGrath. It's so funny. Like looking back now, I went to I almost said a special school, but I went to a really incredible place that really looked after it was a public school in the suburbs of St. Louis. We were at a new elementary school. My parents were just getting divorced. And so they went out of their way to make me feel special and taken care of, and all under the guise of making you feel special, not like they're checking in on you. Cause like I would go, they made sure that I had, I had a male teacher. So, cause my dad had moved out, so I had Mr. McGrath, but then there was also go talk to Dr. Siebel, who was the school counselor,
awesome,
whatever. But it was always just a time just to check in. It just made me feel special, and looked after. But like Mr. McGrath was fantastic. I had Mrs. Britton in second and third grade. I had Mrs. Whitten in, like, I could go through the whole of them.
I will say when we moved here from Arkansas, I went to a special, and it really was a special school on the south side. It's called Neal Elementary, and it's where they mix able-bodied students with different kinds of students with different kinds of handicaps.
Maybe invisible disabilities.
Invisible and very visible. Yeah. And it taught us at an early age to accept folks that were different.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. Yeah. And I had such a great experience going to that school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really great. Well, what you just said, that's another thing, but like Mr. Brumby, my sixth grade teacher.
You had a teacher named Mr. Brumby?
Mr. Brumby.
That sounds like the happiest, like most made up fairy tale name
I know.
ever.
And his first name was Munjan. So Mr. Munjan Brumby. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. And
he was probably bullied a lot as a kid.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He was cool. But yeah, so like there's something really important, and we're lucky enough to have had so many educators on this show. I'm thinking specifically of the Pintas who are behind the Pinta Pride Project. They are both teachers.
They are amazing.
So sending love out to the Pintas,
all the teachers,
and to all the teachers out there
for all that you do.
Yeah.
And thank you for remembering that the children are our future.
Lead them well, teach them well, and let them lead the way.
That's right.
Show them all the beauty that you have inside.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You caught that one.
I did.
Yeah. I knew you would. I knew you would. You let me down once. I knew it wasn't going to happen twice.
I know it wasn't. Hey, I know you've been out gallivanting and everything, with your Ricky Martin.
Gallivanting, yes.
You've been gallivanting, which is lovely, as you should.
Yes.
Did you, by any chance, catch any of Rosie O'Donnell this week on the Jimmy Kimmel show?
Watching Rosie on TV, when I was a kid, I would get home just in time to watch the Rosie O'Donnell show and see her throw the koosh balls from the desk. And I love Rosie O'Donnell.
And me too.
So, yes, I don't even watch the Kimmel show. I watch just for Rosie.
Look, I thought she knocked it out of the park.
Amazing.
Yeah.
When you let Rosie be Rosie, she is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did try to watch her on The View.
Oh, I loved her on The View.
I did not. I felt like I need more Rosie. They're not letting Rosie be Rosie.
Yeah, but I think it was a different Rosie. I think it was a different side of Rosie, because on the Rosie O'Donnell talk show in like the 90s and early 2000s, she was the Queen of Nice.
Yeah.
And that's literally how they were selling her, as the Queen of Nice. Fair. And she the only times that she really kind of stepped in it politically was with like Tom Selleck about gun and control issues.
That was a great episode.
It was a great issue,
Yeah.
But I think when she got onto The View, she was able to be a little bit more political and not necessarily need to be funny and need to be nice.
When I say let Rosie be Rosie, what I mean is give Rosie can't share a platform. Rosie is someone who needs to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie does great by herself.
All right. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, Rosie does great alone, and I loved every moment of it.
Yeah, well, she was fantastic this week. She got some really. I loved President Oompa, Jay Loompa.
Yes,
and Petty Roosevelt. Petty Roosevelt? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Thank you.
I want Rosie back on my TV every single day.
Well, who knows? I mean, she's having a big resurgence right now.
I tried to get her to come to one of our galas in DuPage once, and it fell through due to
scheduling.
Mm-hmm. But her people were great. Very responsive, and I've always wanted to meet Rosie.
I went bowling with Rosie O'Donnell.
Of course you did.
At Port Authority in New York.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But that'll be for another time.
So jealous.
That will be for another time.
I would love to just give her a hug. Like, I just want to give Rosie
she would
a
like
hug.
she would like the hug.
Yes.
She would.
I want to hug her.
There we go. All right, excellent. Well, we'll go looking for Rosie O'Donnell to hug. And in the meantime, we're going to say goodbye to all of our friends out there.
Thank you guys for listening.
There we go. Thank you so much for listening. That's going to wrap it up for us today on Out Chicago. I want to thank all of our guests. Lindsay Gaskins from Chicago House and Social Service Agency. David Cerda from Handbag Productions. Make sure you go see Joan Crawford Goes to Hell. And Ira Sowlat and Pearlie Leaf from HystericalFest. Women Act Out. Devin, always a pleasure to see you.
Dev Dog.
Thank you so much for all that you do. Today was kind of troubleshooting and you're amazing. Matt, thank you for running things in the back there. Swellen Miller, a.k.a. Ken Mejia-Beal, thank you so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure to bask in your glory.
Always a pleasure to bask in your glory.
There they are. And I'm Scott Duff. And until next week, with all of my heart, stay proud.
Around the Town, Chicago, with Al Besloff.
We had a very strange thing happen. Right. We were supposed to be talking to Ronnie Marmo, who is back.